Hi dear students. Today we're gonna have our last class, online class, which is the sixth class. And this class we will be solving the practice problems that we have here. We have two practice problems. The third one we will not take it, and this will be the end of our classes for this semester. So now these two practices are both the same almost, and they are easily to be solved, and it's just like a matter of calculations. We can here we have put some notes, VOWD, which means value of work done. This is it, value of work done. And here VOMS, which means value of material on site, and we said that this one is 80% to be paid for it, okay, according to the Omani regulations. And so amount, which is the amount due to be paid for the contractor after this calculation. We will see here how to calculate this one. Then the APR, which is the cumulative the APR, which is the advance payment recovery here, okay, and the retention, and we have the payment or due payment. So let's go and check on this one. The first one, the first month, you have here the 500,000 riyals. 500,000 riyals, this is the value of work done in the first month. And you have the value of materials. So you can claim this one and claim 80% of this one. So 80% of this one, it will be like, let's do the math here. It will be 200,000. So 200,000 plus 500, it will be the amount, the total amount for the contractor. But we have some deductions, as we said. So we have the APR, which is advance payment recovery. It should be 10% of the amount. So the amount is 700,000. So 10% into 700,000 will be 70,000. And also we have the retention, which is also 10%, in fact, and it has to be 70,000 also. But why we have here 60,000? Because we said that it shouldn't exceed the amount of 5% of the total contract. So if we do that 10%, if you multiply 10% into 700,000, we will get 70,000 also here. However, because we have not to exceed the 5% of the contract amount. So if we multiply 5% into 700,000, we will get 60,000. So we cannot exceed this amount. Then we can deduct from this amount the 70 and 60. Then afterwards we will get this one. This is the first payment. So the second payment, the second month, he came again, the contractor, and he said that the work has been done, is value is 200,000, and materials on site we have checked on it, and it equals or equivalent to 90,000. So this is why the amount is 80% into 90,000 plus 200,000. So it will be this amount, 272,000. So into 10%, we will get this amount. So we'll deduct this amount from this amount. We will get this, and you can see here we have no retention anymore because we have consumed all the retentions, and we have paid all the retentions back to the client to keep it with him until the successful completion of the project. We will get the 50% of this. We will get 30,000 riyals. Then after 365 days, we will get the other 300 riyals to be paid back to the contractor. So from now on, for the other months, we will not have any kind of deductions. So this is why all these are zeros. And according to the advance payment recovery also, when we reach to the fourth month, we have this payment, and we don't have any kind of like materials, because this is the last month, and we have supplied or procured all the materials from the previous months maybe. So this is why we don't have any materials here, and we have completed this project and we have consumed all the materials, so we don't have materials. So we have the full amount, 100,000, and the recovery has been covered, because if you if you add the 70 and 27 to 100 and 22 and these three amounts to each other, you will find that this one will not, it shouldn't exceed the advance payment, which was 10% of the total contract amount, and the total contract amount is here mentioned here 1,200,000. So this one shouldn't be exceeding the advance payment. The client recovered all his advance payment within these three interim bills, and that's it. So he doesn't need to recover here. 0 and 0, this is already 0. We said that he has to be paid, or the amount payable or the amount due is 100,000 riyals. The same thing applies for the second practice problem, which we have it here. This contract amount or value is 3,100,000 riyals, and we have all these columns all ready for us, and you can calculate also the 800,000 and the amount of materials like this into 80% plus 800 will be 840. So why? Because if you multiply 50,000 into 80%, you will get 40,000. 40,000 plus 800, it will be 840,000. The APR, which is advance payment recovery, will be 10% of this one, and this one again 10% of this one. So the total payment will be this amount after deduction of this one and this one. We will get this amount here. Okay, so now again the same thing applies for the second month, no problem. But we need, once we are doing our math, our calculations, you have to watch out these two things, because these two things, this one, it hasn't the retention, this total. Every time you calculate, add this one to this one until you reach 5% of the contract. 5% of which contract? Of this contract, as we said here, 1,200,000, sorry, 3,100,000 riyals you have not to exceed. So maybe you can, when you are solving this question, you can put here 5%. You can multiply the value of contract into 5% and put it here just for just like a reminder for you. And again here you can put like 10% into that value, contract value, just like a reminder for you. Then every step, every month, you just need to check. So we have checked here in this the second month, this one plus this one. We have reached to the 5%, so this is why we have this much. It is not like 99,000. Why it's not like 90,000? Because this one 10% also, so we should have here 99,000. However, we have 71,000 because we subtracted the for 84,000 from the 5% of the contract amount. So the rest, or the remaining amount, is 71,000 only. So we have to put this number here. The next month payment, the client will not claim retention. And here, as a payment recovery, he has recovered this one until the end of the payments. He has recovered this one, not like the previous question. He has recovered, if you do the summation here, if you add this one to this one to this one and to this one, you will get the 10% of the contract value. So after, again, the values or the value of the contract, of the amount to be paid for the contractor is 400, but after deduction, so we'll deduct this one, and he has to get paid this much of amount of Omani riyals to be paid on the 4th month interim bill. This is about the last class, online class, and if you have any questions, you can send me your questions on the messaging and e-learning on the schedule. According to the schedules, I will be online as I'm now in the schedule, according to the schedules for our classes. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again in the final exam. Thank you very much.